Welcome to Markdom We Trust, the podcast where the passionate world of professional wrestling meets insightful analysis and unfiltered opinions. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the electrifying comments made by WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi on his Off the Top Rope podcast. Known for his no-nonsense takes and deep-rooted knowledge of the wrestling business, Rikishi has sparked a conversation that's resonating across the wrestling community. This time, the focus is on his son, Jey Uso, a superstar who has captivated the WWE Universe with his performances yet, according to Rikishi, has not been given the spotlight he truly deserves. Rikishi's frustration is not just a father's concern but stems from decades of experience in the ring, understanding what it takes to make it to the top. He argues that Jey, affectionately dubbed the Yeet Man by fans, has been overlooked in key moments, like his exclusion from the Money in the Bank match, moments that could have propelled him to main event status. Rikishi's impassioned plea for WWE to recognize Jey's value raises the stakes not just for Jey's future but for WWE's ability to retain and elevate its top talent. He even goes so far as to suggest that Jey could find greater success and creative freedom outside of WWE, perhaps in AEW, if the company fails to act. Join us as we unpack Rikishi's bold statements, explore the implications for Jey Uso's career, and discuss what this means for the broader landscape of professional wrestling. Whether you're a die-hard wrestling fan or just love a good underdog story, this episode of Markdom We Trust is one you won't want to miss. In the latest episode of his Off the Top Rope podcast, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi did not hold back as he passionately advocated for his son, Jey Uso, to receive the recognition and opportunities he believes his son has earned. The wrestling legend, known for his hard-hitting insights and candid takes, expressed his growing frustration with WWE's handling of Jey's career trajectory. Despite Jey's undeniable popularity and the buzz he generates every time he steps into the ring, Rikishi feels that his son has yet to be given the spotlight he deserves beyond tag team glory. Rikishi's concerns aren't just about favoritism or familial pride, they stem from a deep understanding of the business and the hard work that goes into making it as a top star. He pointed out the overwhelming fan support for Jey, referring to him as the Yeet Man, a moniker that has resonated with the WWE Universe. Rikishi questioned WWE's decision-making, especially regarding Jey's exclusion from significant opportunities like the Money in the Bank briefcase, a missed chance that Rikishi believes could have catapulted Jey to the main event scene. As Rikishi continued, his frustration was palpable. He hinted at the possibility that WWE's creative team may be at a loss when it comes to maximizing Jey's potential, leading him to contemplate advising his son to take a break from the grind. The emotional toll on Jey, who continues to put his body on the line week after week, was evident in Rikishi's words. He made it clear that Jey's dedication to his craft and the connection he has with the fans is something special, something that WWE should capitalize on rather than overlook. In a pointed remark, Rikishi didn't shy away from suggesting that Jey could find success elsewhere if WWE fails to recognize his worth. The possibility of Jey jumping ship to AEW, where he could have more creative freedom and potentially even greater financial rewards, loomed large. Rikishi's message was clear: WWE needs to get its act together and do right by Jey Uso, or risk losing one of its most exciting and beloved talents. As the wrestling world listens to Rikishi's impassioned plea, all eyes will be on WWE to see if they heed the Hall of Famer's advice and finally give Jey Uso the push that so many believe he deserves. Editorial insight: can AEW successfully integrate Jey Uso into its in-ring focused roster without WWE's branding? As All Elite Wrestling, AEW, continues to carve out its unique identity in the professional wrestling landscape, the promotion faces an ongoing challenge, effectively utilizing its roster in a way that resonates with fans while staying true to its in-ring focused philosophy. AEW's emphasis on wrestling prowess over entertainment-driven storytelling sets it apart from WWE, where the balance often tilts more towards theatrics and character-driven narratives. This raises an intriguing question: how would AEW book a talent like Jey Uso, known for his rich storytelling and deep ties to WWE's brand, without the benefit of WWE's established intellectual property, IP, and the entertainment-centric framework that has shaped his career? AEW's roster utilization, a tightrope walk. AEW has no shortage of talent, boasting a diverse roster filled with skilled performers from various backgrounds. However, one of the criticisms levied against the promotion is its occasional struggle to weave compelling, cohesive narratives that fully utilize the depth of its talent pool. AEW's approach leans heavily into in-ring action, often at the expense of long-term storytelling that allows characters to evolve and resonate on a deeper emotional level with the audience. Enter Jey Uso, a superstar whose career has been defined by his involvement in some of WWE's most captivating storylines, particularly his role in the Bloodline saga. Jey's character arc, from a tag team specialist to a pivotal figure in a family drama that blurs the lines between kayfabe and reality, has been meticulously crafted within WWE's IP framework. This framework, rich with history and emotional stakes, has allowed Jey to showcase his range as both a wrestler and a storyteller. The question then becomes, can AEW replicate, or even enhance, this narrative without the WWE's branding? The challenge of storytelling without WWE's IP. AEW's creative team would face a daunting task in integrating Jey Uso into their universe. Unlike WWE, which has the advantage of decades of lore and well-established characters, AEW would need to build Jey from the ground up. They would have to craft a narrative that resonates with fans who might only know Jey through his WWE exploits. Without the USO name carrying the weight of WWE's storytelling, AEW would need to find a new angle that plays to Jey's strengths while aligning with their in-ring philosophy. Would AEW pivot Jey into a purely wrestling-centric role, focusing on his athleticism and in-ring skills? Or would they attempt to recreate the intense, emotional storytelling that has made him a fan favorite in WWE? The latter would be a significant challenge, given AEW's existing focus and the need to differentiate Jey from his WWE persona. Possible booking scenarios: reimagining Jey Uso in AEW. One potential avenue could be positioning Jey as a lone wolf, a wrestler with a chip on his shoulder, determined to prove himself outside the shadow of WWE. This could lead to a series of intense rivalries where Jey's character is driven by a desire to establish his own legacy, one that is not tied to his family name or WWE's IP. AEW could tap into the real-life narrative of a wrestler breaking free from the constraints of a massive corporation, seeking to redefine himself on his terms. This could resonate with AEW's audience, who often appreciate stories of rebellion and independence. Alternatively, AEW might pair Jey with a faction, perhaps positioning him as a mentor to younger talents or as part of a new stable that seeks to disrupt the existing order. This would allow AEW to leverage Jey's experience and charisma while providing a fresh dynamic that separates him from his WWE past. Conclusion: a balancing act of identity and innovation. Incorporating Jey Uso into AEW would require a delicate balance of honoring his past achievements while innovating his character to fit into AEW's distinct environment. It's not just about booking him to win matches or putting him in high-profile feuds, it's about crafting a narrative that resonates with both longtime fans and new viewers, without relying on the crutch of WWE's established IP. AEW's ability to integrate Jey Uso successfully would serve as a litmus test for the promotion's creative flexibility and its capacity to evolve beyond its current storytelling limitations. If AEW can rise to the challenge, they could not only provide Jey with a fresh start but also prove that they can elevate talent in ways that are just as compelling, if not more so, than WWE. Well, that's our time, but before we go, I just want to remind you about our schedule with the value of wrestling content. On Mondays and Fridays, join Big Time and Paulus Clark for the Raw and SmackDown post-show live reviews. On Tuesdays on our free Patreon and Wednesday on YouTube is the New Japan Rebound podcast hosted by Miguel Z. Also on Wednesdays is a new episode of Markdom We Trust, and on Sundays is the flagship show for the value of wrestling. Starting at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is the weekly Roundup podcast with Big Time, Paulus Clark and Miguel Z, discussing the most relevant news, rumors, and happenings in the world of pro wrestling and sports entertainment. But if you thought that was all, on our Patreon there is always more content than what we post on YouTube. It's all free, so sign up and show your support as a part of the value of wrestling community. Remember, the world can be a stressful place, but when appropriate, don't allow anyone to tell you that it's not okay to go 100% Mark.